Welcome back to Magic 3D Printing. My name is Jim Franks, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Stinger 2 by 3dprintiform.com. Full disclosure, this was sent to me by the company for review, but as always you're going to get the good, bad, and the ugly. So let's take a look and get this thing unboxed. Okay, as usual in the top we've got a set of paperwork that gives you some links to sites on installation and various tips. And then in the top tray we have the unit itself, which is basically several components here. You've got the basic chassis, a couple of fans, and the cover. So we'll take a look at that a little closer in a second. We've got a bag with a relay, and also inside of with the relay should be the actual probe itself. So let's take a look at the probe. Yep, everything here is pre-wired, so we've got a probe in the bag here, and we'll talk about that more in a sec. Some zip ties, a little Magic Goo sample. We've got the standoffs, a new string relief, and the standoffs in the bed since you'll no longer be using springs, which is awesome. Also some solderless connectors for people who don't like to solder. These are pretty cool too because they're actually shrink tubing with a section of solder in the middle that you can hit with a heat gun. In addition to that, a couple of 3dprintiform.com stickers. So let's take a closer look at the unit. Like I was saying, the unit itself, you have two fans. Looks like they come pre-wired with a connector on the end. Yep. And so I can see that this has definitely been redesigned. It's got a 40 by 10 millimeter fan in the middle, new housing design, and definitely a new airflow design. And I think Dave's been looking at some HVAC stuff, and this looks like that's going to really provide nice airflow right to the print itself. So we've got two of those. We've got the cover that will mount on the front, and that looks like that's been redesigned as well. I like the new way it attaches to the front, to the grill. And then the chassis itself. Now this chassis is made out of all laser cut stainless steel. It's also has an embedded spring that you can see right here, and that's what allows the actual nozzle to come down and touch the bed and be used for the leveling process. The probe, which is in this other bag, that probe is going to be mounted like it was before, because instead of the probe coming down and needing to touch the bed, and of course then you've got issues like the type of material, glass, Build-Tek, PEI, whatever you're using, and heat potentially at least affecting the leveling. This actually has a stainless steel ledge on the top, and the probe will actually mount right inside this back housing, and so it never gets affected by your print surface, never gets affected by your temperatures, and that's probably one of the reasons why it really gives you a really nice leveling process. Other changes I see here, for one thing, I see that this keeper ring that's on top has been split. That's going to make it really easy when you want to tear this apart to change anything, especially if you run your wires through here the way Dave recommends. I'm usually a little sloppy and have my wires hanging off to the side and then zip tied, but we'll see how this looks when we get the new one set up. Like I said, that split's going to make a huge difference during teardowns. So this unit is going to go on this printer right here on my left. You can see I've already got it disassembled. This is a E3D Light 6 hot end. I've got both my fans here, and then which are for part cooling. I was using dual fans as well, and then the front fan. So the install on this generally is pretty easy, because all you're really going to do is you're going to remove your fans, connect in Dave's new fans, mount the hot end into the keeper unit, stick the relay on the side, and wire it up. Wiring is very simple, and I think we might have some nice improvements here. So let's get this all set up, connected to the printer, do a few prints, and see what it's like. Okay guys, so we have installed the Stinger, and I'm going to insert a picture here so you can take a look at the close-up of what the installation looks like. Very similar to the original Stinger. The only difference is you have the nice low-profile fans now and the cover on the front. So once I got it installed, obviously what I wanted to do was to test it. I did a first test, and I wasn't happy with it because the Z offset was too tight. So I reran the Z offset, and it looked really good. So I did a test print. I printed a chip bag clip, and I don't know if you guys have ever used these. In fact, I'll put a link in the description below. These are actually really cool. They take a short amount of time to print. I print them at 0.2 with I think about 20% infill, and they're just fantastic. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking at this point that doesn't prove a whole lot. So what I did is I printed an entire bed of these. I printed 20 of them all across the bed. And then at that point what I did is I took a set of digital calipers and measured every one of them. And so what I came up with was the greatest deviation was basically 0.1. So these ran from 9.14. I've got a 2.2, a 2.3, another 1.4, another 2.4. But the bottom line is the greatest deviation between those prints was 0.1. Now, why aren't they perfect? Well, for one reason, this printer has a tendency for the right-hand side, when you're looking at it from the front, to always end up cocking up probably about 2 millimeters. And I wanted to run a real test, so what I did is I left it that way. I didn't rebalance the X-beam before I ran the test prints, and I am extremely happy with the quality and the precision of the leveler. So if you guys are looking for an automatic bed leveler that's really built well, again, all stainless steel construction except for just the plastic covers, this is the one I think you really should take a look at. I'm extremely happy. I'm running Stingers now on both of my CR10S printers, and I wouldn't print without them. So thanks for joining us today, guys, and we will see you soon on the next Magic 3D Printing. Thanks.
Ho, 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 it's magic.